Welcome to the Home Team Sacramento podcast. I'm Josh Takimoto, and today I am solo. No guest today, but I still wanted to hop on here to just share something that's been on my mind recently. And it's this idea of the easy road, the easy option. Sometimes it feels like when we're pursuing our dreams and we're pursuing our goals and we're trying to accomplish something great, it feels like nothing goes right. There's moments where it feels like everything is going wrong. There's no easy option. Everything's difficult. There's always an obstacle. There's always a challenge. There's always a speed bump that we have to overcome. And sometimes we just throw our hands up in the air thinking like, can we get a break? Like, can we get any kind of break? Because nothing about this road towards our dream or our goal is easy. It just feels like that sometimes, especially when you have a big audacious goal that you're pursuing. It just feels like everything is against you. And when I thought about that and some different things that I've been, dealing with in my own life, I thought, if you really think about it, there is always an easy option available to us. It may not feel like it, but there's always an easy option available to us at any time. And one of the things that came to mind is when I was 11 years old, I went to Six Flags in Vallejo with my family, and it was during Halloween time. So they had their Fright Fest stuff set up, and they had the haunted house. And myself, my mom, and my younger sister went to this haunted house. And I'm not a big horror movie person. I'm not a big haunted house person. So to me, this was terrifying. And I remember as we started going through this haunted house, just being scared at every turn, every corner, everything that popped out, I was just terrified. And it got to the point about halfway through that I'm like, I don't think I can do this anymore. My sister's like, I can't do this anymore either. We were wimps. I'll say it. We were wimps when it came to this haunted house. And we found the green exit sign. So at this haunted house, and I'm sure at a lot of bigger haunted houses, there are the exit signs, the green exit signs that are above doors. And those were located all throughout the haunted house. And if at any point someone got scared or if there was an emergency, you could find one of those green signs and have one of the workers there escort you out. They were designed there because they were designed with those in mind because there's probably a lot of people similar to us that was like, hey, I can't take it, so I got to get out of this place. And so we took the exit sign, not even halfway through the haunted house. Again, we were huge wimps when it came to this, but we ended up finding that green sign and we exited, and then went on some more rides. But I thought about that, and I thought about those haunted house situations or anything like that, right? Where you have this place you're in, and you have the green exit signs, and they're basically these uh, trying to alert you. It's like, hey, if you need to exit, here it is. This is the door you use, and they're bright, they're green, and incredibly noticeable as you're going through this haunted house. And that's what it feels like sometimes as we're on this journey or this path towards the things that we're passionate about and the things that we love and the things that we want to accomplish, the dreams that we have. I feel like there's multiple times where we see these green exit signs, and that is the easy option. At any point, you can veer off and say, you know what, the path I'm on right now is too difficult. It's requiring too much. I just can't do it. And you can take that green exit sign and completely go off in a different direction and stop your pursuit of the goal or the dream that you had. Like that option is always available to us. Because I mean, at the end of the day, when we're pursuing something, when we're trying to accomplish something, no one can actually do the work for us, right? Like we might have people in our life that challenge us, coaches that challenge us and push us and try to motivate us. We might hear a motivational speaker like Kevin, who gives a word of motivation, inspiration, trying to push us towards our greatness. That might inspire us for a little bit. We might have people that are just running next to us on the same journey, and we're trying to push each other. But at the end of the day, we're the only ones that can take one step after the other. We're the only ones that can lift the weight in the weight room, right? We're the only ones that can run the sprints at practice on the field. We're the only ones that can compete on the field. At the end of the day, every decision that we make, every choice that we make, everything that we do has to be something that we ourselves do. No one can force us to do the action. No one can force us to take the steps forward to pursue our dream. They just can't. At the end of the day, it comes down to us. So that being said, nothing is forcing us to keep moving forward. We can always take that exit sign. We can always look around and find the green sign and take it. It's always available for any one of us. No matter what your dream is, no matter what goal you have, we can always find the green exit sign and leave whenever we want. And so there's going to be times when we're faced with these choices where there's a fork in the road, or maybe that's not just a fork in the road, but maybe you have multiple directions you could go. There's these temptations to the left and the right trying to convince us that we should take the exit because things are just too difficult and the dream that we're pursuing is not worth it. And I think you're entitled to do that. No one's stopping you. No one's stopping me. No one's stopping us. At any point, we can take that exit. But I think what we have to realize is that no matter what path you choose, whether you continue to press forward and keep going after the dream that you've been so passionate about, or if you decide to take the exit and abandon that dream or that goal and pursue something different, either way, it comes at a cost. Any path that you take on your journey has a cost attached to it. If you keep moving forward, it's gonna require some sacrifice. It's going to require a lot of blood, sweat, and tears as you're preparing to accomplish something great, as you're pursuing a dream that is massive. It's going to cost you something. It's unavoidable. It's going to happen. And part of what that cost is you're going to have to keep persevering through the difficult times. You're going to have to keep going as the speed bumps come at you and the obstacles and the walls that seem to prevent you from going forward. You're going to have to deal with all of those things if you truly want the thing that's on the other side. Now, like I said, you have the easy option where you can veer off and take that exit, find the green sign, find the exit door, and just go through there and no longer worry about the speed bumps, the challenges, the obstacles that you were facing as you were pursuing your dream. But see, if you take that exit, the cost is your dream. You'll never know what it feels like to get on the other side of those obstacles because you chose to take the easy route, because you felt like that temporary discomfort, that temporary problem, that temporary challenge was too much to bear, and that your dream was no longer worth it. So you took the exit. No matter which direction we go, there's always a cost when we go down this path or that path. There's no way to avoid it. And that's not just a sports thing. That's not just us as we're competing on the sports field or the court. That's for everything. That's for life. There's always a cost no matter which direction you go. And you have to decide which cost is worth the path that you're choosing. There's always a cost. And it's up to us to decide, what cost can I live with? And I can tell you this from experience for myself, when you take that green exit sign, it may feel like there's like this temporary relief sometimes where it's like, okay, I'm doing something different. I don't have to worry about all of the nonsense that I was dealing with as I was pursuing this really challenging goal. There's some temporary relief there for sure. But it doesn't take very long for that regret to seep in and to just kind of tap on your head all the time. At least it does for me, where I'm thinking, man, I wish I would have kept going. Why did I quit? I should have just kept going, because yeah, it was nice to have a breather for a second, but now I'm wishing I would have kept going. And I'm talking specifically about something that is, you're pursuing and that you want to pursue, but you give up because it's too difficult. I'm not talking about, there's definitely moments where you're pursuing something and you have this realization that this is not the right thing to pursue. In that case, find the exit door as soon as possible. If you realize that you're pursuing the wrong thing, or this is not the thing that you've been created to pursue, then by all means, find the green exit sign as fast as possible. We're not talking about that. We're talking about when you are pursuing something and you feel like the challenge and the difficulty is just too much to bear. You still want it. You still want the dream. You still are passionate about the goal that you're pursuing, but you're just questioning whether or not the work is worth it. That's what we're talking about here. That's the kind of situation we're talking about. And again, it can apply to anything. If you're an athlete, if you're a high school athlete and you struggle in the classroom, and each week you're at risk for not being eligible to play that next week, you have to decide, okay, I love my sport. I love competing. I love my teammates. I love my team. Am I willing to put in the extra work in the classroom? Am I willing to talk to the teacher? Am I willing to find a tutor that can help me? Am I willing to do those extra things to get where I need to go so I can compete? Or is it not worth that much to you? Is the challenge of the classroom just too overwhelming? And you think, okay, my sport doesn't mean that much. I'm willing to give up my sport because I don't want to put the work in here. I'm not here to judge. If that's you, you have a green exit sign whenever you want. Find it, walk out. For some people, it might be they want to become, bigger, faster, stronger, but maybe they just don't feel comfortable in the weight room. Maybe they don't feel comfortable pushing their bodies to that next level. Are you willing to get connected to, some of the awesome guests we've had on the show, Daniel Thomas, Gabe Lemon, Blair Orr, some of these amazing trainers, Rick Stassi, these people that have been doing amazing things that help athletes prepare and shape and transform their bodies to become faster, stronger, more agile. Are you willing to connect with people like that? And when then you do connect with them, are you willing to push yourselves when you're training with them? Or is the temporary discomfort that you're feeling during training, the soreness, the tiredness, is that just too overwhelming? And you look at your athletic goals and think, it's not worth it because I don't like dealing with the weight room stuff. I don't like dealing with the speed and agility training. So I'm going to just kind of forego my sport because I don't want to put the work in the weight room on the field. Again, not here to judge. Exit signs are available to us at any point. And at the end of the day, no one else has to deal with the regret of walking through one of those green exit signs. It's only us. When I quit something, when I give up on something because it's too difficult, when I just throw in the towel because I'm just tired and I don't want to deal with it anymore, that's on me. I'm the only one that has to live with that. And that's part of the decision making. When you choose your path, you have to decide, what can you live with? And I can tell you, for me, there's been moments where I made that decision and there's a lot of regret that comes with it. And there's other times where I'm like, no, there's no way I can give up on this thing that I'm doing because I care too much about it. Yeah, there's challenging times, but I'm going to persevere through that because I know that it's only temporary. And once I get beyond that, what's on the other side is going to be incredibly rewarding. I refuse to give up. And I think that's what happens. I think when you're so locked in, I think when you're so locked in on your goal, your dream, your passion, I think the brightness of those green signs start to fade away. We know they're there. We're very aware. It's not like you're not aware that those exit signs aren't there. You know the exit signs are there, but they're not as bright. They're not as attractive because you understand the sacrifice that comes with taking that exit sign. And you know it's not worth it. You know that the pain of the regret is going to be way, way worse than the discomfort of the challenge in the moment. So that's all I've really got for you guys today. It's just a quick, short one. Like I said, just something I've been thinking about, like I said, I don't think we're trapped in a lot of these situations. I'm sure there's other situations, bigger life issues that happen where, it's not that simple, but I'm talking like, if it's something you're pursuing and it's a dream you have, the exit sign is always there. It's always available. We're not trapped. We can stop, we can quit, however you want to put it. Quitting, giving up, exiting, change, however you want to word it. That easy option is always available to us. But you have to decide, can you live with what the cost is of walking through that door? It's not a question I can answer. It's not a question your coaches can answer. It's not a question your parents can answer. It's literally only a question that you can answer. And so before you make that decision, really think about what that's going to look like and how it's going to affect your life and how it's going to affect your mindset when you choose the path that you choose. So that's all I've got for you guys today. As always, thank you guys so much for listening. We appreciate it. You guys can follow us at Home Team Sac on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Also, you can join our coaches Facebook group. If you know any coaches that would like to be a part of that, just let us, just send them our way. We'll get them into the group. We'll accept them, all that stuff. And we're just trying to create like a community of coaches that have the same mindset, that are trying to do great things, that are trying to teach character and honor, that are trying to build up this home team of Sacramento. Like, that's what we want. We want coaches that have a heart and a desire to do that. We want coaches that are competitive, that love winning, but don't sacrifice that for, or they don't sacrifice character and honor and integrity for winning. We want to make sure that we're with coaches and connected to coaches that can do it all. Place a high value on winning, on competing, but also on making great men and women on and off the field. So, yeah, please check that out. As always, you can subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast app, YouTube, all of those places. And yeah, help us spread the word. Help us spread the word. Help us to strengthen this home team of Sacramento and get closer together. And we will talk to you guys next week.